$83,000, and yet there's not even a spray and bed liner. This is the brand new 2024 TRD off-road Toyota Tacoma, but for 90 grand or more, you deserve better than a block lift. Or if you happen to be a paramedic and you want a truck, you might just get yourself $1,000 off brand new Jeep Wrangler plug-in hybrids, MSRP for almost $60,000. But because no one seems to be buying these, they are all marked off $15,000. And the width of the bed, because of these Ram cargo boxes, is probably only about 3.5 feet. So I'm pretty sure my Subaru Outback has more cargo capacity than this full-size pickup truck. Finally, some affordable vehicles, at least I hope so. I haven't actually looked at these yet. This isn't fishy at all, right guys? It's a 2024 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. It's one owner used. It has 2 miles on it. It ruffled some feathers in the comments section a couple weeks ago. Ford is having trouble selling these. Also, the Cybertruck has been shown to be the safest vehicle ever created. And I'm saying that just realistically in testing. I'm not a Tesla fanboy. I'm not a Cybertruck fanboy, but it's a safer vehicle than this. Sure, it looks like a triangle. Sure, it hardly resembles a truck. But is this anything special? Not in my opinion. It just looks like your basic F-150.
The car market right now, as a whole, is a complete disaster, and while most of this video is to show you guys the ridiculousness that can currently be found on most dealer lots, I am going to provide you with a few quick vehicle reviews that are actually a bargain in today's time. And with that said, come along with me as I investigate the current insanity of what the auto manufacturers and the shady car dealerships have caused.
And if you like what you're about to see today, or you even appreciate the effort I put into making this video for you, please consider liking this video. That small act of kindness really goes a long way in helping me know you want to see more stuff like this, but also helps you by having YouTube choose to show you more stuff like this. Thank you. This is the brand new 2025 Ram SST. It's the same body style as last year, but you can no longer buy a V8. So it has an inline 6-cylinder turbo under the hood. It costs about $70,000. It does have a pretty fancy interior if you guys can see through the window. But for that price, you don't even have a bed liner, and the width of the bed, because of these Ram cargo boxes, is probably only about 3.5 feet, so I'm pretty sure my Subaru Outback has more cargo capacity than this full-size pickup truck. These are all 2024 Ram 2500s with the Cummins 6.7-liter diesel, and thankfully this Ram dealership even has them marked down about $7,200, and you'll notice they all even have the chrome capped side mirrors. But check this out, the interior, it's leather trimmed. This one doesn't even have the center console, which is a cheaper option, and the base MSRP is $67,000. After options, it's $83,000. And I actually looked at all of these trucks, and they all range between $82,000 to $84,000, and none of them even have a bed liner. Would you guys rather have this F-250 Lariat 6.7-liter Power Stroke high output for $85,000, but you still don't get a bed liner? Or would you rather buy for $83,000 that Ram 2500 with the Cummins turbo? Comment below, which one are you guys going to buy? I think overall, though, this dealership is doing a pretty good job because basically every vehicle has a discount on the window. It even shows if you finance it what you might qualify for a monthly payment. So they're a little bit more transparent than some other dealerships I've seen. This whole line of brand new plug-in hybrid Jeep Wranglers, their MSRP is almost $60,000, but I think Jeep is a little bit out of touch with what their consumers want because these aren't being sold, hence why they're a quarter of the value off. And MSRP, you guys can see it here, base model $50,000. It does have an electric motor, it does have an electric battery, but $58,000 for a Jeep that barely has any sidewall, that's not even meant to really go off-road as extreme as a regular one. And a number of you guys have commented on my videos that you actually bought one of these in the last year, and it has dropped about 40 to 50% of its value in 1 year. And if Jeep from the dealership is dropping a quarter of its value, no surprise that a used one is dropping probably half of its value. The 700 horsepower Ram TRX is a really cool truck, and I've enjoyed these every time I've been able to drive one, but the base MSRP is $25,000 more than the exact same truck was 3 years ago when it first came out, and overall, $125,000. This is a fun truck, but it's not bringing you $125,000 worth of fun or use, at least in my opinion. Here's a row of Ford Expeditions and Lincoln Navigators. The Navigator is actually the exact same vehicle, but you pay about $20,000 more if you want the Lincoln front grille rather than the Ford front grille. But this one, it's basically used at this point. It's a 2023. MSRP originally was $111,000 for this 3-row SUV. These don't keep their value very well because no one wants to buy a used luxury car. If they're going to spend that much money, they're just going to buy a new one. And honestly, that Monroney sticker is about 3 times the same as a Subaru Ascent, which could basically do the same thing. But I wonder what these go for when they're used. Even a well taken care of, clear, broad Lincoln Navigator that doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it is only about 10% what the brand new ones go for. Finally, some affordable vehicles. At least I hope so. I haven't actually looked at these yet, but this is the Maverick. It's supposed to be the $20,000 to $30,000 budget truck or mini truck. It's a unibody. It's actually not a body on frame. Some of them are front-wheel drive only. Some of them are all-wheel drive, but it's basically the truck-ish version of the Ford Bronco Sport. This one, $35,000, so not quite as cheap as I was hoping it to be. But let's check out what this next one is. And $39,000. So I'll let you guys check out the options there. Thankfully, it's at least a 2024, but that's a lot more expensive than I was hoping for. F-150s are really popular. Let's see what this Lariat trim level is going for. $70,000. You're paying for a spray and bed liner. I don't see the spray and bed liner. What the heck is going on? How about this? How about I show you guys a few cheaper, more affordable options? One for $21,000, you can buy a brand new 2025 model year Chevy Trax. This one specifically, though, is the RS2, so it costs $26,000 after destination. And with that, you get LED headlights and daytime running lights. Really nice silver metallic paint. You even have a keyless entry system and proximity key features, but if you do want to use the key, you even have remote start on this one. And when you open it up for $26,000, you actually get a pretty nice door panel, leather on the door card, leather seats, RS stamped in the headrest, physical knobs and dials, heated steering wheel, heated seats, basically everything you want. And you can even fit a full-size adult in the back seat. I'm 5'11", and I have a few inches in front of my knees and probably about that much room above my head. So you can still buy affordable cars, and it even is going to work pretty well for the whole family. Not only is its payload capacity over 900 pounds, but it even has 25 cubic feet of room back here with the seats up, and it even comes with a spare tire and a little bit more storage space down below. So what are your thoughts, guys? You can buy affordable vehicles. You just have to look around, and even Car and Driver calls the 2025 Chevy Trax a 10 out of 10 vehicle, and they're not frivolous in how they rate vehicles. They're not padding the ego of Chevy. They're just being honest. This is a good vehicle. What about this? It's a $28,000 brand new 2024 model year Subaru Forester base model. Almost 9 inches of ground clearance. It has Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive, really bright LED headlights. It's even a top safety pick plus, which is the highest rating you can get on any vehicle. The window sticker shows everything that you want, a bunch of safety features, crash test rating, good MPG, none of the nonsense that you don't want. It's $29,000, but Twin Falls Subaru is going to sell it to you for $28,000. Everything they sell is under MSRP. You don't even have real wheels, which on most vehicles, they look ugly. This is just black steely wheels underneath the hubcap. It doesn't have a sunroof or window tint. It's just the basic sub $30,000, really safe, really capable crossover. Nice door panels, cloth seats, no power adjustments if you don't like those. But you do have the basics of what you need. Physical dials for HVAC. You have a display. You have pretty good room. Even my backpack's having a good time. And at 5'11", I sit comfortably in the back seats of this new Forester. There's a lot of visibility. There's a lot of natural light. It does kind of feel like a fishbowl. But seriously, for a crossover, for $28,000, something that's not just designed in Japan, but also assembled in Japan where things are assembled better, it's a pretty good vehicle. And then you have about 30 cubic feet of room back here in the Forester. So honestly, there are some pretty good deals out there. There are some pretty good vehicles that you can find. You just might have to look around to find them. I hope that was encouraging to you guys, because there are some really good deals, especially if you're willing to shop for a unibody crossover. Or if you happen to be a paramedic and you want a truck, you might just get yourself $1,000 off, which basically just covers the spray and bed liner that hopefully you guys actually get, or the door guards, which those cost about $10 on Amazon if you want to do it yourself. Otherwise, you'll be paying about $52,000 for this SXT, which is basically the lowest trim level of the F-150. This is the brand new 2024 TRD Off-Road Toyota Tacoma. MSRP is $47,000, so thankfully there's no direct markup other than the nonsense $1,300 of options you have to pay. So if I can find a cheaper one in a town within 200 miles, I'll post that on the screen right here. And that's why I say you should always call around or check out other dealership websites in neighboring towns to see if you can find a better deal, because driving a couple hours might just save you a couple $1,000s. A couple weeks later, and there still are some of these brand new 2024 used one owner 4th gen Toyota Tacomas, which have 2 miles on them. They're asking $45,000. This is an SR5 with heated seats, so if I can find a cheaper one, I'll post it on the screen if it's within a couple hour drive from where I am at today. This isn't fishy at all, right, guys? It's a 2024 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. It's one owner used, so the warranty has already started, and if you finance it, it's going to have much higher interest than a brand new vehicle, and it has 2 miles on it. And then it was $63,000, which, keep in mind, a basic one, MSRP, brand new, $57,000. So they wanted about $6,000 more than it should be, but now they only want $4,000 more. And keep in mind, that is also over MSRP. So MSRP probably makes the dealership 4 or 5 grand over invoice. So if you buy this right now, your warranty has already started. You're the second owner. You're going to be paying higher interest, and more than likely, you just pocketed the dealership 7, 8, 9 grand before their interest upcharge. Is no one keeping their 4-wheel drive Toyota 2024 trucks? This one is also used. It's a TRD Pro Tundra. But thankfully, it actually has been driven over 1,400 miles, but they still want $82,000 for it. It's used, it's warranted, higher interest. I don't think a used truck is worth $82,000, especially one with a Toyota badge on it. Now, I'm not trying to ruffle anyone's feathers, but my reason for making these videos is just to help people become more aware that vehicles cost too much, and it's really worth shopping around and finding the better business practices and the better dealerships, or even the better manufacturers that aren't overvaluing their vehicles and expecting you to pay almost twice as much as some of them realistically should probably cost. Vehicle prices have just skyrocketed in the last couple of years, and it's absurd. Regular people cannot afford these vehicles anymore. But I do realize I ruffled some feathers in the comments section a couple weeks ago when I mentioned if I ever was going to buy a $70,000 electric pickup truck, I would definitely buy the Cybertruck over this F-150 Lightning, which in all reality, if I ever actually was going to buy one, it would be the Rivian R1T. But the Cybertruck, I said, and I still do think it's a much better option than this. Ford is having trouble selling these. In fact, a lot of cases, they're discounting them over $20,000, and this one specifically is a year old. It's a 2023 that still hasn't sold yet. Unlike the Cybertruck, which they're flying off the shelf, Tesla can't produce enough of them, which means supply and demand is really good for those. They're keeping their value, and in fact, if you buy a used one, you're going to be paying over sticker, unlike Ford, who can't even sell these for 20 grand off. So if you were an unfortunate chap who bought one of these for 95 grand a year ago, it's probably worth 50 grand right now if you're lucky. Unlike a Cybertruck that if you got one a few months ago, it's only gone up in value, which again, I don't believe in markup. I don't think you should ever pay markup, but that's just the reality of it. Also, the Cybertruck has been shown to be the safest vehicle ever created. And I'm saying that just realistically in testing. I'm not a Tesla fanboy. I'm not a Cybertruck fanboy, but it's a safer vehicle than this. Sure, it looks like a triangle. Sure, it hardly resembles a truck. But is this anything special? Not in my opinion. It just looks like your basic F-150. And if you don't notice the big light bar up front, you're really not going to notice anything special about this one. While I don't necessarily agree with the pricing on a lot of these vehicles, I am grateful that this dealership is willing to show what their current sale price is to the main road. They're not hiding it. They're not making you have to get onto the dealer lot to look at them. A lot of their vehicles, they are showing you right through the windshield what they're asking for their vehicle. It's now been a few more weeks, and I don't think anyone should be surprised that this $95,000 2022 GMC Sierra is still here, although the pricing in the window is no longer up. Let me show you guys. This is a 2022. It has the 6.2 liter, thankfully, but it's a $70,000 base truck MSRP, which that's MSRP, not invoice. So I'd anticipate you could normally get this brand new 2 years ago for $55,000. But after the Harley-Davidson package, the dealership originally actually wanted 107. And as mentioned earlier, this was a $95,000 truck last time I saw it a few weeks ago. It does have dual exhaust. It has a block lift, nice beefy tires, but for 90 grand or more, you deserve better than a block lift.